$3 or $4, victim will get 25 cents or 50 cents of that. That's all. That's the reason this is $150 billion industry. Laws are very strict. What is lacking is a will. Enforcement of these laws is a big issue. Another issues are like conviction. Right now in our country, India, we have 28% conviction for the rape and crime related to trafficking. But this percentage can be increased. Very recently, Government of India has now brought a new ordinance, Criminal Ordinance Act of 2018, and as per this new ordinance now, if there is a rape on a girl below 12 years, there will be death penalty. The problem with the death penalty is execution. We still have people who have been awarded with death penalty and languishing in the jails since 1993. There is a delay in execution of death penalty. So only declaring of death penalty is not death penalty. What is required is, in the rarest of the rare case, it should be executed also. Then there will be some kind of a fear in society. Otherwise the laws are very good. We have many laws and we are enforcing these laws till filing of charge sheet. But in the court again we have a problem of speedy justice. It takes time, 2 years, 3 years for the trial of the case. Protection of victim, protection of witnesses till the trial gets completed is another issue in our country. It's very difficult. And then they turn hostile. That's the reason the cases, the conviction rate is below 30%. How to stop trafficking? Many times we think that in the police we have the role till rescue. But what is beyond rescue? If we are not going beyond rescue, the same victims will get re-trafficked. Today we are rescuing someone from, say, St. Louis, and we are not helping for the rehab, not helping them for restoring repatriation, reintegration. Tomorrow they may land in New York. They will solicit in New York. They may get trafficked and again exploited in New York. So what is required is a multi-stakeholder approach, multidisciplinary approach. Beyond rescue, their rehabilitation is required, restoration is required, reintegration is required. We call it 5P. Along with that, along with the 5R, we call 3R. First R stand for, first P, 3P. First P stand for prevention. Prevention of whom? Prevention of vulnerable. Those who have some kind of vulnerability because of their weaker position. Trafficking can happen everywhere, anywhere. I was surprised when last week I read in newspaper in India, in Chennai town, one lady professor. She was forcing girl student in the college to, if they want to succeed in the exam, they have to go to some particular customer for the sex. This kind of things are also possible because of the marks, exam, all these things in the hands of professor. You have to oblige. So vulnerability will get exploited. So prevention of those who are vulnerable, protection, giving protection to them, vulnerable as well as rescued people, so that they should not get re-trafficked. And prosecution. This is the most important thing, prosecution of two. Prosecution of perpetrators of crime, prosecution of the customer or clientele. Both of them, they should be prosecuted. Otherwise, this cycle of sex trade, cycle of forced labor will be continued. And we have to act at three places. First is the source, from where the supply or recruitment is there, the transit, the temporary places, and the destination where finally the exploitation is taking place. We can act from destination to source, or we can act from source to destination. This is not only the job of law enforcement, I was saying. Here we should have partners, and the partners like prosecutor, judiciary, women and child welfare department, the civil societies who are fighting for this cause, and citizens. Every citizen can help. The society is vigilant, definitely. The law enforcement will get information in time, prevention will be there. We can help. For a single person, we can become their world by helping them. Now, how to reduce the demand? I was telling you the demand and supply. And to reduce the demand, we have to reduce the vulnerability as well as give the better economic and social opportunities. I would like to tell you here about Sweden model. Sweden is the only country in the world where they have seriously worked on the problem of sex trafficking. 80 to 85% of the sex trafficking they could control by amending their laws, making the buying of sex punishable, imposing heavy penalty on the customers or the clientele, educating the prosecutors, law enforcement officers, judiciary, bringing them on common platform to have a synergy. That model is the best model in the country. We try to follow the Sweden model in our state from 2006 to 2009. Next slide, I will be talking on that. We had a pilot project of anti-human trafficking from the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime and our Ministry of Home Affairs, like you have the Department of State here in US. So these two agencies combined together, they launched this pilot project in 5 states of India and Andhra Pradesh. Till 2014 it was one state. After 2014 it got divided into Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. So in Andhra Pradesh also this project was implemented. I was the project officer for this project. What we have done? First thing what we have done is training of law enforcement officers, sensitizing them towards the victim, to have the victim-centric approach. Our people mostly, they used to catch those who are soliciting on the road. They were not going to the root cause. They were not arresting the perpetrators of the crime, the trafficker, harborer, recruiter, financer. Were not arrested. So we have sensitized them about the legal position, about the laws, to have empathy for the victims. Then we started bringing all the stakeholders on one platform. The civil society, women and child development department, prosecutor, judiciary. We started conducting this type of seminars for them to create awareness. From source to destination, we started conducting the rescue operation. We have identified those areas, the routes, hot routes or hotspots where the trafficking is happening, and we concentrated on those hot routes as well as hotspots to rescue the victim and repatriating them to the source from where they are coming. Couple of operations I personally leading. I was personally leading. One operation I still remember. It was in Delhi. In 2007, we got information that a couple of girls from the state of Andhra Pradesh got trafficked to a brothels in Delhi. So our team, we have taken and went there, conducted raid. After the rescue of say 75 to 80 women and minor girls, they were brought to police station. Operation was successful, but patient died. That thing happened because it was a night time, 1 o'clock. SHO of the police station simply said, in the night time, as per law, we can't keep women in the police station. They have to go back. They will come tomorrow. I know all of them. They are in those brothels. Unfortunately, second day morning, 10 o'clock, we went there. We were sitting there till evening 6 o'clock. None of them, all of them ran away. After that, there was inquiry against that officer and he got suspended. But see, this problem is, this is organized crime. There is a nexus between the criminal, between the other agencies also. It's very, very difficult to rescue a single girl. Many times the trafficker, what they do, when the new girls are getting recruited to these brothels, the madam will allow them to run away and some cop will catch them and will again bring them and hand over to the madam. So that girl will realize that she can't escape. This kind of practices are there in many countries. We have to stop this nexus. We have to work on that. For that, the training, capacity building, sensitization of law enforcement officer along with other stakeholders. That is the need of the day. We identified many areas within our state, from our state to other state, from our state to different countries. One case